Welcome, leaders, teams, and those ready to take charge of their energy. It's Kelly Buboltz, your guide in workforce energy management. Burnout is not just a buzzword, it's a symptom of deeper root cause stressors. We're here to stop waiting for the change and start leading it. It's time to reclaim our energy and lead our days with intention and purpose. How do you prioritize when everything is urgent and important? It was a great question that was asked at a recent program. We were going through the Eisenhower Matrix, a great priority tool when everything seems like it's a hot fire. Everything needs to be at the forefront. How do you get a team aligned in what to work on right now, today, and what can wait? And in the Eisenhower Matrix, across the top of this matrix is urgent and less urgent, and across the vertical part of this matrix is less important and important. And then there's 4 quadrants within that. There's urgent and important. There's less urgent, but still important. There's urgent and less important, and less urgent and less important. And in these categories, you start placing tasks. Do we schedule them? Do we delegate them? Do we delete them completely? Or do we do them now? Now, what I found through this practice as we went through this program is everyone wanted their thing in the urgent and important, the do now category of this matrix. But that's not a priority if everything is in the do now category. So I started asking some questions from one group to another, from one team function to another team function. And there was 3 common questions when asked, is this task, is this function really supposed to be in the do now category, the urgent and important? And here's the 3 questions to help you break down when everything seems like it's a priority. The first one is, what would happen if I didn't do this today? That task, that function, that meeting, that conversation, what would happen if I didn't do that today? Now, I don't want you to stew in the stories that you're making up in your mind. I want you to try to focus on the facts of the reality. If you don't do this, what will happen? If you do this, what will happen? So that's the first question. The next question I want you to ask yourself when you're like, wow, there's so much on this do now list. Which one of these tasks, if untouched, has real consequences? Which one of these tasks, if untouched, has real consequences? And usually based on this second question, you will see some things move off of the do now list, into the schedule list, into the delegate list. Which one of these tasks, if untouched, has real consequences? And then if your urgent and important, your do now list is still long, I want you to ask this third question. Are you prioritizing this out of urgency or out of habit? And that will recognize some of the routine nature things that you have that are maybe in the delegate or schedule categories, but you don't have to do them today. They're not urgent and important. You just always did it that way. So are you prioritizing this out of the urgency, the do now, or because it's a habit? And you will see some people's personal preferences come out, the fast movers that just want things out the list, and get down to some of those deeper root cause personality traits that are driving why everything is urgent and important on this priority list. So through these 3 questions, you can actually use the Eisenhower Matrix, the priority matrix, in the way it was meant to be. That everything doesn't belong in the do now, the urgent important category. It can be scheduled, it can be delegated. By asking, what would happen if I didn't do this today? Which one of these tasks, if untouched, has real consequences? And are you prioritizing this out of urgency or out of habit? Today's step matters. It's in the micro moments that real change begins. Managing your energy isn't about shame, blame, or disrupting your lifestyle. It's about the small, intentional choices to reclaim that natural energy. If this episode hit the mark for you, share with others. This journey doesn't have to be lost and lonely, but exciting and full of new paths. See you back here to continue the adventure.